Hi guys, Tighebo here. We're back with more Expected by Arctic Vulpix. Last time we left off, Ruby kind of had like a revelation, I guess might be the word, but she basically realized how unexperienced the toys are compared to the originals. So they're basically like kids, in other words. So we're gonna see how she puts her lessons into action. So, let's get started with chapter 25. Night 3, take 2. Ruby stared at the phone in anticipation while Heidi watched her a little nervously. The excitement radiating off her was scary. Finally, the phone rang and the night began. Hello, hello? See? I told you wouldn't have any problems. You have such confidence in me, Steve. Ruby grinned. Did Foxy ever appear in the hallway? Ruby's back straightened and she looked interested. Behind her, Heidi flinched violently. Probably not. I was just curious. Like I said, he was always my favorite. Mine too. Ruby smiled a little more gently. They tried to remake Foxy, you know. They thought the first one was too scary, so they redesigned him to be more kid-friendly and put him in Kids Cove. To keep the toddlers entertained, you know? Her expression saddened. Too scary? What about him is scary? Kids these days just can't keep their hands to themselves. The staff literally has to put Foxy back together after every shift. So eventually they stopped trying and left him in some take apart and put back together attraction. Now he's just a mess apart. And I think the employees referred to him as just the mangled. Ruby winced in sympathy. Wait, him? She looked at Heidi in confusion. Misunderstanding. She's female, the mechanic told her. Oh, hey, before I go, I wanted to ease your mind about any rumors you might have heard lately. The night guard raised an eyebrow. Rumors? You know how these local stories come and go, and seldom mean anything. I can personally assure you that whatever is going on out there, and however tragic it may be, has nothing to do with our establishment. It's just all rumor and speculation. People trying to make a buck, you know? Our guard during the day has reported nothing unusual. Anything on watch from opening to close. Okay, well, anyway, hang in there and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Ruby rolled her eyes. People can be really dense when they don't want something to be true, she muttered, grabbing her bag to leave. He did the same, so the night guard looked back. I'm opening the game tonight, so you might want to stay clear. All my toys are modified to work on the bots, she warned before leaving. No problem there. I'm not risking getting covered in chocolate again, he muttered. The mechanic ended up taking refuge in Pirate's Cove with Mangled as explosions rocked the building. She wasn't kidding, she mumbled as she massaged her temples. Mangled sat next to her and looking concerned and nervous. It'll be fine, he assured the skittish bot. The fox pulled out the whiteboard she used to communicate since her voice box was still out and wrote on it. She seems more active. He sighed. Yeah, she said something about upping the game. They heard Toy Chica shriek. I don't know who to feel sorry for, Mega wrote. He chuckled. Yeah, the target of the hunts or the targets of their revenge. Mega flinched as another explosion went off and Heidi patted her arm comfortingly. How have things been? She asked, deciding to change the subject. Everything okay? Mangled nodded. The kids are nice when I can play with them, and the employees are mostly nice. Ruby hasn't done anything to me either. Heidi was relieved at that. Mangled was very fragile at the moment, hardly able to play with the kids on some days. At least Ruby wasn't including her in her pranks. The others are getting really annoyed, though. She's putting all their buttons, the animatronic wrote. Yeah, I'm getting that loud and clear. This time, Toy Bonnie's scream echoed through the building. He groaned. The toys were going to be complaining so much after this night. Ruby laughed at the image in front of them. Oh, I love the glitter cake bomb, she giggled. But Chica's going to be so mad if she sees the kitchen. Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica would go after her again, but they were struggling to stand on the cream-covered floor. They were also covered head to toe in cake bits and couldn't see properly. This is brilliant, Ruby started taking photos. I hate you, Toy Chica whined. Feelings mutual, feather butt. She grinned back, neatly dodging Toy Freddy's swipe and getting him in the face with the exploding cookie. These cookies are still my favorite, though, she admitted as he batted at the streamers. She stuck a non-exploding cookie in her mouth and observed the cream-covered destruction and satisfaction. Toy Freddy was now down in the cream as well. Well, come find me when you find your balance again. She waved cheekily and started out the room. Those three are stuck in the kitchen for at least 20 minutes. The clown freak's boxes tucked in shop, and anyway, if he got out, he'd freak because I hid his music box away. That annoying bowling ball, well... She snickered as she remembered what she'd done to him. That was a good idea. A very good idea. They still hadn't found him. So that leaves the fox. But she hasn't done anything, so I'm guessing I'm safe for now. Safe for a while. Cookie break! She stretched as she began devouring the cookies, avoiding picking exploded ones in her bag. I should stop talking to myself so much, she muttered after a moment. It was a little eerie walking through empty rooms, but at the same time comforting. This place held so many memories. She glanced up in the hallway that had held the newspapers before, but they weren't there. They hadn't shown up since she had last seen them. This place, it's like it's got a mind of its own sometimes. Its own agenda. She patted a wall and looked around thoughtfully. Wonder what will happen next time then. An angry yell came from a nearby room, and Ruby chuckled. Looks like the rabbit ran into my chocolate bucket trap. She snickered. Breaks over, I guess. Back to work. Haiti groaned at what seemed like the 100th explosion. She must be making a mess, she muttered. Suddenly, the girl in question came shooting into the room, giggling madly. She hardly gave the two a glance when Mangle jumped and hid behind the mechanic. Oh, I love caramel. I really love caramel. I don't think the Barbies do, though. She doubled over, trying to catch her breath. Caramel? Edie asked in confusion, mind flashing back to the chocolate bomb. I got straightened out. I needed another food night. Badly. Oh, I love food night, she sighed. On close inspection, the night guard was actually spattered with caramel, chocolate, and sprinkles? Looked like she wasn't afraid of getting dirty. What did you do? Edie asked, afraid of the answer. Ruby dangled a key in front of her. Caramel bomb plus lot closet equals angry bunny, she beamed. Edie stared for a moment before a laugh escaped her. Surprising night guard. Hey, look who actually has a sense of humor, she snickered. Edie covered her mouth in embarrassment, but she had to admit, it was a good prank. Well, it wasn't a violent joke, and I didn't get hit, she muttered. It was pretty good. Ruby paused for a moment and looked her up and down. Mangle cowered behind her again. Huh. Well then, Miss Mechanic, guess there's a little more to you than meets the eye. She tilted her head curiously. Still don't like your friends, though. Although, I'll admit the fox isn't so bad, it seems. She looked at Mangle and her expression softened. Hey, chill out. I'm not gonna bite. She grinned, but her voice softened as well. Well, I better get going before the chicken catches up with me. She darted out of the room. Edie watched her go, surprised that she'd taken the time to reassure Mangle. She patted the bot on the shoulder. Huh. Guess there's some kindness in there somewhere, she smiled slightly. An explosion went off, followed by an indignant screech. Maybe not. When the night ended, Toy Bunny was still stuck in the closet, Toy Chica was stuck in the kitchen again, and Toy Freddy had a headache. The puppet was also still in his box, and BB was still missing. Where is Balloon Boy anyway? Freddy asked, while Bonnie and Foxy laughed themselves sick on the floor out at the aftermath. Rita smiled at him. Better if you don't know, Freddy. She patted Freddy's arm. He thought it through for a moment and nodded slowly. Okay, he said, as Goldie appeared next to them. Where did you hide the closet keys? She asked curiously. Dropped it somewhere, Ruby answered honestly. They shrugged and accepted the answer. It was something she would do after all. Ruby finally collapsed on her bed and relaxed. That was fun. she chuckled. The cleaners were going to be absolutely furious when they saw the place. Wonder if anyone noticed that the craft box went missing yet, she mused. And that's the end of chapter 25. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this chapter. If you did, leave a like and review the story too, because the author deserves love. I don't think I mentioned it, but at the beginning I must have forgot. I might have forgotten, but chapter link was in the description, so you could go leave a review. You don't have to look for it. I literally have the story for you to review. So go review, and if you do, come back. Just tell me what you think too, because I want to know too. And yeah, and be sure to subscribe. I upload new videos every Friday, and I will see you guys next Friday with a new video. Bye!